Udah rame dah? Belum, udah rame tapi.
Malu banget ya, Far.
All right, sir.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon, sir.
Afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Afternoon, sir. Ready? To start. This is the last meeting of 4 days, and I hope that all of you must be present today, and also you must answer the question given on the group after the presentation. We discuss together, yeah. So this is the only one group, yeah. Penny and Priscilla, yeah, to present the topics.
Yes, sir.
But before we start the presentation, please you must deliver your opening remark first. Please, from Felicia, please.
Okay, good afternoon, sir, and all of my friends. Great that we can meet again in this Zoom meeting today. I would like to say best of luck for the presenters of Chapter 15, Leading Change and Change Management. And as usual, for my other friends, stay focused. I hope we can learn much from today's class. Thank you, sir.
Elagia.
Good afternoon, everyone, and sir, it's nice to see you again, and good luck for today's presenters. Thank you.
Okay, please next. Mewa.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, sir. Good luck for the presenter today and stay focused.
Para Romika, please.
Good afternoon, sir and friend. I want to say good luck to the presenter today. Thank you.
Rido.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. So I would like to say thank you for everything. I hope at our last meeting we can get many benefit and new knowledge. And good luck for the presenter. Thank you.
Lagioris.
Good afternoon, sir and friend. Thank you for the occasion that has been given to me. Nice to meet you again in this class, guys. And sir, I hope today presenter can deliver the material well and hope we can get many benefit from today class. Thank you.
Okay, please. Penny Christine.
Hello, sir and friends. It's good to see you all here again, and we hope that we can present today's material really well. And stay safe, everyone. Thank you.
Okay. Lydia.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, Sir Adi and friends. It's nice to see you guys again before the final exam next week. Stay healthy, stay safe, and good luck for the presenter today. Thank you.
Stephen.
Hello, good afternoon, sir and my friends. I hope that today presenter will give us a lot of benefit, and this is our last meeting, and I hope that we will do our best for our final exam test. Thank you.
Sharing Claudia. Sharing Claudia, please.
Good afternoon, Sir Adi and all of my friends. I would like to say good luck for the presenter today. And stay safe, everyone. Thank you.
Mayang.
Mayang.
So hello, good afternoon, everyone. It's nice to see you all again. And today is our last meeting, and hope we can learn something new for today's, and good luck for today's presenter.
Amelia.
Hello, Sir Adi and my friends.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good luck for the presenter today, and hope we can get benefit for today. Thank you.
Elisa Priscilla. Elisa Priscilla.
Hello, Sir Adi and friends. Hello, Sir Adi and friends. First of all, I'd like to say thank you for hosting this meeting, and thank you for everyone for giving me and Fanny the support. So today we're going to present chapter 15, which is the last lesson of OB in the title of leading change and stress management, and hopefully that we will have a valuable last class. Thank you.
Alexandra.
Hey, good afternoon, all sir and all my friends. Nice to meet you all again here. And because this is the last meeting, I hope we can get a benefit from the presenter today. And good luck for the presenter that will present the material today. Thank you.
Aradina Putri.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, Sir Adi and friends. It's nice to see you all again. And good luck for today presenter. Thank you.
Eric Parulian.
Good afternoon, Sir Adi and my friend. Good to see you guys again. Hope the last meeting days, the presenter will deliver the material well, so we can do the final exam also. So, good luck.
Giovanni.
Good afternoon, Saadi and friends. It's good to see you all again. I hope the presenters today can deliver the material well. Thank you.
Bobby Chandra.
Hello everyone, good afternoon. Great to see all of you again. Good luck to the presenters today. I hope you guys can present it well, Penny Kristen and Alicia Priscilla. And then also good luck to all of us. I hope we can pass the final exam well. Thank you.
Julian.
Good afternoon, sir and friends. I would like to say good luck for today's presenter. Thank you.
Nela Nurkomara.
Good morning, Sir Adi and friends. I hope today's presenter can present their material well and we can get the benefit from the material. Thank you.
Okay, Linda.
Too much.
Good afternoon, friends. Good to see you all here on the last class of all before the final exam. I wish the best of luck to today's presenter and wish that we can learn much lessons before the final test. Thank you.
Ma'ruf. Muhammad Ma'ruf.
Hello. Good afternoon, Sir Adi and friends. So good luck for today's presenters, and I hope we do our best in our last meeting. And good luck for the exam, guys. Thank you.
Hey, Dapi. Hey, Dapi.
Hello, good afternoon, sir and friends. I hope this last meeting will be amazing and good luck for the presenter. Thank you.
Stephanie. Stephanie.
Afternoon, friends. Good luck for today's presenter and good luck for the final exam. Thank you.
Okay. Dita Larasati. Dita Larasati.
Good afternoon, Sir Adi and friends. It's good to see you again. I hope our last meeting of this semester run well. Good luck for the presenter. I hope they can deliver material as well. Stay healthy and have a nice day. Thank you.
Jordan.
Good afternoon, sir. Is it my voice clear?
Very clear.
Oh, thank you. So, good afternoon, sir and friends. I hope the presenter today running well, and then the presentation also. Thank you.
Ardani Putri.
Good afternoon, everyone. Nice to see you again. Good luck for today's presenter. Thank you.
Bella Safira.
Good afternoon, Sir Adi and friends. Nice to see you all again, and good luck for the presenter.
Okay, Rekawati.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Salam.
Good afternoon, Sir Adi and friends. Nice to see you again. And then I hope today's class will run well and good luck for the presenters today, Felicia and Penny. Thank you.
Lisa.
Good afternoon, everyone. Nice to see you all again this afternoon. And good luck for today's presenters. Thank you.
Bismillah, Noval.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone. It is nice to see you all again, and I hope the presenter today can deliver the material very well and stay focused, everyone. Thank you.
Okay, please. Egi.
Good afternoon, everyone. Nice to see you again, and good luck for the presenter today. Thank you.
Okay. Dwi Francisca. Dwi Francisca. Din. Oh. Yana Deta, please. Yaneta Mawardi.
Good afternoon, sir, and good afternoon, everyone. It's nice to see you again. Good luck for the presenter today. Thank you.
Okay. Will be the host. Penny, Christine, or
Felicia Priscilla, sir.
Felicia?
Yes, sir.
Okay, please take your time.
Penny, are you ready? Okay, I will present first.
Turn on your video ya. Don't switch off the video. Turn on your video.
Okay. Good afternoon, sir and friends. So today, Felicia and I will present the chapter 15 about leading change and stress management. Next, Bell. Okay, so first we will discuss about the background. So changes in the workforce as well as cultural differences will continue to be a force for organizational change. So the economy represents a significant source for change. For example, economic recessions result in major changes such as downsizing and restructuring. Technology changes are rapid and organizations must keep up with these advances. So advanced technology has resulted in changes in how people communicate inside and outside of the organization. Globalization itself represents a significant source of change for organizations with the rise of the multinational corporation. Increased globalization of markets has also given rise to competition from abroad in addition to competing with firms within a given country. And then moreover, there are some forces that, coba next. Oh, no. And then there are some forces that drive organizational change, such as workforce diversity, the economy, technology, globalization, and competition. And in the past, employees worked for 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. in office, but there has been a shift toward flexible working hours and working from anywhere through mobile technology. Instead of information being held by the top executive team, information is shared with employees throughout the organizations. Handheld mobile devices have become the primary means of communication in organization nowadays. And then moreover, leadership styles have shifted from command and control to inspirational. And moreover, these changes are also powerful forces that affect organizations, and leaders must help employees to cope with them. Next, Bell. Okay, so the next one is about the planned organizational change. So the forces for organizational change have resulted in the need for organizations to be proactive rather than reactive in reading the environment they operate in. Planned organizational change can have a number of targets, including structure, technology, processes, teams, and people. Incremental change is evolutionary and radical change is revolutionary. Revolutionary and evolutionary change are different in terms of the size and rate of upheaval. Revolutionary change occurs quickly and it affects virtually all parts of the organization at the same time, whereas evolutionary change occurs slowly and gradually and may involve only one area of the organization at a time. And then putting this concept together, reactive or proactive and incremental or radical, results in a useful framework for classifying the types of organizational change. Next, Fel. And then this is the types of organizational change, like force for change, for example, like the force for the change is for force diversity, and then the examples are the sex, race, or ethnicity, cultural differences, LGBT, age, or generation. And then for the economy aspect, the examples are recession, government policy, rising health care cost. And for the technology aspect, the examples are mobile devices, social media, internet security, and robotics. And for the globalization aspect, the examples are multinational corporations, political instability, fair trade, sustainability, outsourcing, and emerging markets. And then for the competition aspects, the examples are global competition, mergers and acquisitions, customer standards, and time to market. Next, Phil. And then the next one is about the organizational subsystem involved in plan change. So plan organizational change involves four organizational subsystems. So the first one is the formal organization. The formal organization provides the coordination and control necessary for organized activity. For the examples are formal structures and reward system. And then the second one is the social factors. These factors include individual differences, team interactions, and the organizational culture. And then the third one is technology. This is how raw materials and inputs transform into outputs such as workflow design and job design. And then the fourth is physical setting. So these are the characteristics of the physical space and how it is arranged. Next. So here is the example of cultural change implementation that is proactive and radical. That is the cultural change at Yum Brands Inc. Like Pizza Hut, Taco Bell, and KFC. They were able to create a new culture after the restaurants were spun off from PepsiCo Inc. All these three companies have strong founders, and changing and integrating the three cultures was a challenging task for the new vice chair, David Novak. And then Pizza Hut, Taco Bell, and KFC had been successful under the marketing and finance-driven culture of Pepsi, but they still had very different traditions and underlying assumptions about what success meant. The actions that Yum took to create a new culture were as follows. First, they start with a set of shared values to define a culture across the three brands. And then the second one is founding the new company in a way that embodied the new culture. The third one is using new titles to signal intentions and signify new cultural meanings. The fourth one is creating a coaching management system to maximize restaurant performance. And then the fifth one is developing a recognition culture to reinforce their culture's values. And then the next one is realigning reward systems to validate and walk the talk on values. And then the last is they measure the effectiveness and commitment of senior managers to the values. Next, Val. Next, Val. Okay, so the next one is about the organizational development. So organizational development, or OD, is a collection of social psychology methods employed to improve organizational effectiveness and employee well-being. Organizational development reflects the insight that there is nothing so practical as a good theory. So, organizational development is an applied science, and theories of OB are applied in organizational settings through the OD interventions itself. The researchers of the Hawthorne studies found paying attention to workers increased the productivity. Thus, organizational behavior, or OB, can be considered to be the theory and research that underlies the practical application of OD interventions in the workplace. Next lagi, Fel. Udah nih. Okay, the next one is about the difference between theories of change and theories of changing. So there's a difference between theories of change and theories of changing. So theories of change try to answer the question of how and why change occurs. Meanwhile, the theories of changing focus on how to implement successful organizational change. Next lagi. Okay, so the next one is the resistance to change. So resistance means that the employees fight the change and try to undermine it. Commitment to change is the most desirable action in which the employees support change and help the organization implement it. Organizational development can impact resistance to change through an intervention that increased employee participation in the process. Lack of participation and input to the change is one reason employees resist to change. There are a number of additional reasons why people resist change that include both personal reasons and organizational reasons. Personal reasons include habits, security, economy, and fear of the unknown. Meanwhile, the organizational reasons for resistance are structural inertia, group inertia, threats to expertise, and threats to established power relationships. And organizations should offer coaching and training to cope with organizational change for employees who are highly change resistant. Next one. Okay, next is about how to overcome resistance to change. So a Harvard Business Review article offers the following guidelines to help overcome resistance to change. So the first one is being educated and communicative reduces misinformation about the change and helps convince employees that change is needed. The second one is participating matters. As demonstrated by the participative decision-making study described in the previous section, people are more likely to accept changes that they help design. And then the third one is building support and commitment reduces resistant change because employees have the support through counseling or sabbaticals to ease the strain. Commitment to the organization also increases commitment to change. And then the fourth one is developing positive relationships through trust in management increases commitment to organizational change. Next. Okay, so the fifth way is by implementing changes fairly improves the chances that employees will accept change. And then the sixth one is selecting people who accept change, support changes, since research shows that people have personality traits that enable them to be more flexible when it comes to coping with change. And then the next one is manipulation and co-optation tactics are sometimes used in organizational transitions because they are relatively less expensive than the tactics listed previously. So manipulation occurs when change agents use underhanded techniques such as the selective sharing of information and careful staging of events. So, and then co-optation is basically buying the support of those who are needed. For example, members of a task force for change would be paid a bonus for serving on the task force. And then the last one is coercion should be used rarely. Direct threats of loss of status, pay, or other things that employees care about may gain short-term compliance, but these tactics will rarely gain commitment to the change. So the next one will be explained by Felpris.
Okay, so continuing Fanny's presentation, we're going to talk about Lewis three-step model. Okay, so there are 3 steps in the change process, which is unfreezing, changing, and refreezing. First, unfreezing challenges the status quo by shaking up consumptions. Next, changing represents the movement towards the new desired state. And finally, refreezing is the changes by reinforcing, and restructuring is the third phase of making changes permanent. Think about an ice pack that you see when you're in a sports injury. When you take it out of the freezer, it is hard, can't be changed much. And as you see, it becomes softer and malleable, and this is the changing phase. Well, after 20 minutes later, you put it back in the freezer and it becomes solid again. Change is like this. When people and systems are in the frozen stage, you can't change them. You have to literally heat things up to soften the attitudes and assumptions about change so that the system is malleable like the defrosted ice pack. Once you have changes you want in place, you enforce the new behaviors and rewards of change the structure to support the change or the freezing. Okay, the next one is force field analysis. To implement organizational change using the 3-step model, a force field analysis should be conducted. And the steps are as follows. The first one is define the problem, current state, and which is and change situation, which is the target state. And then the second one is that list forces work and against the desired changes. The third one is rate the strength of each force. And the fourth one is draw the diagram, which is the length of the denote strength of the force itself. And then the next one is indicate how important each force is. The sixth one is list how strengthen its important supporting force. The seventh one is list how to weaken each important resisting force. And the eighth one is identify the resources needed to support forces for change and reduce forces against change. And lastly, which is the ninth, make an action plan through timing, milestones, and responsibility. Moving on, there's another model, which is Kotler's 8-step model. Another important model for the leading change is the Kotler 8-step model. This model elaborates on the Lewin model of change and provides specific guidelines for changing organizations. The first one is establish essence of urgency. Change typically begins with leaders noticing challenges the organization faces. The threat of losing ground in some way sparks these people into action, and they in turn try to communicate that sense of urgency to others. While leaders begin to inform discussions of potentially unpleasant facts such as increased competitions, lower earnings, or decreased market share. So most leaders are convinced that business as usual is no longer acceptable. The second step is to form a powerful guiding coalition. Change efforts may start with just one or two people to begin to convince others that change is needed. In this step, an initial core of believers is assembled. So this group would be powerful in terms of their roles, reputations, and skills. Thus, this coalition for change needs to have 3 to 5 people. And the third step is to create a vision. A compelling picture of the future must be created. This vision motivates people and keeps the change processes aligned. This vision is named to be communicated and employees clearly and effectively in 5 minutes or less. Fourth, communicate the vision. Every possible communication channel should be utilized, including newsletters, email, and face-to-face conversation as examples. Employees will be looking to see that the leaders in the organizations are behaving consistently to the visions itself. And the fifth step is empower others to act on the vision. Employees should be allowed to participate in making changes in their areas. This may require restructuring work and allowing key people the time to focus on the change effort. Also, this involves providing the money and support needed to bring about the change. 6. Plan for and create short-term wins. Change takes time, and change efforts sometimes lose momentum as frustrations set in with the employees. Plan and execute celebrations of short-term success to reinforce people's effort and maintain their commitment and motivation. This provides the proof that that their efforts are working. And the seventh step is that consolidate improvement and sustain the momentum for change. A change process can take 5 to 10 years, as force field analysis shows that the force against change, such as resistance, may result in regression to the prior ways of within we do things. So leaders should resist the temptation to declare the change to success too soon. Thus, leaders must enter the process of believing that their efforts will take years. And last is the 8th step, since that institutionalize the new approaches. A leader will know that the change is frozen in place when followers believe that it is the way we do things around here. Employees that understand their effort have to lead different outcome on the organizations, and the organization's leaders serve as the role models for the new ways. Okay. Okay, we'll continue about what is stress. Stress in the context of organizational change. So what is stress, everyone? According to this definition, stress is a psychological job strain as defined as the combination of greater psychological job demands and lower job control. This results in organizational stress, which has been shown to have serious consequences to employees in terms of their well-being and health. In addition, stress costs organizations billions of dollars each year. Nearly half of workers suffer from moderate to severe stress while on the job, according to the recent survey. And 66% of employees report that they have difficulty focusing on a task that work because of stress. Stress has been called as the health pandemic of the 21st century by the World Health Organization and estimated to cost American businesses up to $300 billion a year.
Okay, so I will continue Felpre's presentation. It is about the stress and organizational performance. So a survey of 1,950 adults found most are living with stress that is higher than what they believe to be healthy, and that they are not having much success at managing or reducing their stress. And specific survey results including first, 42% of adults report that their stress has increased, and 36% say that their stress level has stayed the same over the past 5 years. And then 61% of adults say that managing stress is extremely or very important, but only 35% report they are doing a very good or excellent job at this. And then the third one is 44% of adults say that they are not doing enough or they are not sure on how to manage their stress, but 19% say that they never engage in stress management activities. And then money contribute 71%, work contribute 69%, and the economy contribute 59% in continuing to be the most commonly reported sources of stress. Next. Okay, so the next one is the kinds of stress. So there are two general types of stress. The first one is challenge-related stress, and then the second one is hindrance-related stress. So challenge-related stress may be positive or what is known as eustress or good stress. And then the hindrance-related stress is excessive or undesirable constraints that interfere with an individual's ability to achieve goals, and it creates negative stress. And then both forms of stress relate to psychological strain, but one study found that hindrance-related stress is more related to lessened loyalty and intentions to quit. Stress negatively impacts job performance and attitudes. Stress relates to lower job satisfaction, organizational commitment, and job involvement, as well as higher frustration. Moreover, stress is related to more use of healthcare, sick days, and workers' compensation claims, and also it relates to lower job performance, more counterproductive behavior, and accidents. Next. Okay, so the next one is about role stress. So roles are the behaviors that are expected of a person in a particular organizational context. People learn their roles in organizations and act them out daily. Roles can be a source of stress in a number of ways because they place demands on a person to fulfill expectations. And then there are three forms of role-related stress. The first one is role ambiguity. So role ambiguity occurs where there is a lack of specificity or predictability about what a person's role is, or in the other words, the person doesn't know what is expected, which leads to a misunderstanding to boss expectations. And then the second one is inter-role conflict. It occurs when a person holds multiple roles at the same time and feels torn by the demands of different role centers. For example, a student wants to please the professor by studying for a midterm exam, but friends want to go out to dinner with them the night before the exam. So that is the example of inter-role conflict. And then the third one is role overload. So it is a third form of role-related stress, and it is caused by too much work, too much time pressure and deadlines that a person feels unable to meet. Next. Okay, so the next one is stress as a global concern, or stress is a global concern. So the prevalence of work stress has been documented in numerous countries, including the United Kingdom, Germany, Sicily, Saudi Arabia, and China. Stress has been related to outcomes of lower satisfaction and increased turnover intentions in other cultures such as well. And then a country may experience the most stress. A review of cross-cultural research on stress suggests. Next lagi, Phil. Okay, so in terms of which, there are different sources of stress for people working in different countries. For example, time pressure, deadlines, long working hours, and interpersonal problems are a source of stress for executives from Latin America and South Africa. Next. Meanwhile, in China and in the United States, the most frequently reported stressors were poor working conditions, equipment failure, lack of training, difficulties with teamwork, and lack of structure. And then in the United States, the lack of adequate control was reported more frequently than in other countries. Next. Okay, so the next one we will discuss about coping. So coping is defined as constantly changing cognitive and behavioral efforts to manage specific external and internal demands that are appraised as taxing or exceeding the resources of the person. So there are two types of coping. The first one is behavioral methods or problem-solving behaviors. And then the second one is cognitive methods, or also known as managing thoughts and emotions. So the examples of behavioral or active coping strategies are keeping a positive outlook, working harder, and seeking advice and help. And then the examples of cognitive methods include reordering life priorities and convincing oneself that work isn't all that important. And then the next one will be explained by Felpris.
Okay. Okay, so we move on to social support. Social support is the help that people receive when their experience job demands. Support during a stress episode is very beneficial. It is called the buffering effect because it helps others serve a buffer of distress and restraint. Social support is a resource for coping with stress that comes with others like friends, family, co-workers, and supervisor. So social supports aid in stress management for the following reasons. The first one is seen as by building up the person's sense of identity and belonging. The second one is by improving self-image. And the third one is by enhancing the sense of control and mastery over a stressful situation. Okay, next is about preventive stress management in organizations. Preventive stress management is a set of methods that promote health at the workplace and avoid distress. Well, organizations assume that employees will take some individual responsibility for preventing stress. It is a clear trend that organizations are being more proactive regarding stress management. Many organizations have wellness programs that offer workshops on time management, weight loss, alcohol or drug abuse, smoking cessation, and exercise. We move on to employee assistance programs. When an employee exhibits a clear stress reaction that is affecting his relationship with co-workers and performance, a referral may be made by counseling through an employee assistance program or EAP. EAPs may provide counseling, information, and referral appropriate for treatment and support services. For example, yeah. Okay, I'll continue. For example, most universities offer free counseling services for students who may be experiencing stress in coping with the demands of schools or work and family. An interview study of organizational leaders in Australia found that EAPs were an important source of support that can be offered by organizations to their staff for the management of both personal and professional concerns. Oops. Okay, we've come to the conclusion of this chapter, which is workplace stress is a leadership's change. And the change for leadership is to create organizational culture and work environments which people may produce, serve, grow, and be valued. Leaders can provide emotional support by listening, but also can help their followers actively problem solve to address their workplace stressors. Leaders should use both emotion-focused and problem-focused strategies with their followers to help them cope with the change. A supervisor may also make appropriate referral to an EAP or wellness program. And we have come to the case study. This is the case study. Where's Fanny? Okay, so I'll read again the case study. You've let go half of your staff, and in order to keep afloat, you've exhausted your personal saving and assets, including your car and jewelry. Things have gone slowly better when you got a few small clients each year that help stop the hemorrhaging, but you're not profitable. In fact, you took second mortgage out of your house and have taken a second job driving a cab to help make ends meet. You're finally at the point that you have... Oh, sorry. Yeah, this is the first slide of the questions. Okay, I guess you have read it. So who wanted to answer the case study problem? This is the discussion. How would you motivate yourself to keep going? And how do you balance the need to escape or hide from problems with the responsibility of giving it your all to keep the business going? And if your business were to fail as close as in situation 3, like our question case study just now, what would you do to cope with the stress and emotional turbulence from its closing? How would you turn to such a negative experience into something positive? Yes? Okay, so who would answer the question? Is there anyone who would answer the question?
Can we point people to answer?
Maybe, sir?
Sir, can we point people to answer our question, sir?
Please go. You can find anyone.
Okay, who do you want to point?
Feel free to choose.
What about Felicia? Is she around? Hello? Hello, Felicia.
Hello.
Would you kindly answer the question at the
Let
discussion?
me think first. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Maybe you can choose another person for the second question first. Thank you. While waiting for me. Hello.
Hello. Okay. Thank you for your sincerity to answer our question. We'll select another person.
I will answer the first question.
Okay.
Okay, may I try to answer number one?
Yes, please.
Okay, so as we know that stress may affect us to have positive and negative impact. So here we can like we have to know that stress can have positive impact also. So here how do I motivate myself is by maybe I will join some seminars to have that will make my skills improve so that later the stress that I get before will be overcome by having new skills that will resolve my problem. Maybe that's my answer. Thank you.
Okay, that's very motivational answer, and thank you for your sincerity to answer our question. I've seen from the chat that Dinda said she wanted to answer the second question. Hello, Dinda.
Okay, hello. In my opinion, how to cope with the stress and emotional turbulence from its closing, as a, let's say, I own the business. I am the CEO of this business, I'm the founder. I'm not supposed to be the only one who managed to cope with the stress and the emotional turbulence. I have the employees, I have the stakeholders, the shareholders, the investors. And regarding the emotional and stress turbulence, I think there is no time to deal with that because first, this is not being professional. When you open a business, you need to have an investment. If you manage to bankrupt your whole management because you don't have any investor, I think that's on you. That's on that's on me because I own the business. So how do I deal with that? I don't deal with it myself because at first I have to deal with the loss that the company has. I have to deal with the employee that suffer from the loss, the shareholder, the stakeholders, the investors, the clients that we have partnered with. And I can use the insight that the failures and the mistakes that I've made in this business as a way to motivate myself, like what Feli said, to join the seminars, because the best thing to cope with stress and emotional turbulence must become from motivations and support system from everyone around us. How could I turn such a negative experience into something positive? I have to assess which part that makes this experience negative. In Indonesia kayak di mana salahnya gitu, where did I go wrong, where did the business go wrong gitu, and I take it as a learning lesson, as a key point, as to not be so careless or reckless when it comes to company financial. I think that's my answers.
Well, thank you very much, Dinda, for your answer. So complete and so satisfying to hear. So moving on, we're going to move to the question and answer session. There is 3 questions related to the presentation. So if anyone would like to answer the question, you may, guys. And for a lucky person to answer, I will provide presents later on.
Hello, Felicia.
Hello, Celine.
I try to answer number 3.
Okay, please, Celine.
Okay, so in my opinion, the way how to we manage the stress in the workplace is that we need to have some like a spare time or maybe like a break perhaps for a minute or maybe for example like an hour so that we not really for example like we are working and working every day, it will make us a stress. But in my opinion, that the way how to manage our stress is that we need to motivate ourselves, we need to calm ourselves, and we need to know the enough or the time that we need to break for a while, and then we continue uh, the the job. And also that sometimes people stress is because they think that their job is not done, but sometimes people just think like that because they just like postpone their job, postpone their task, and it is a better way to make, for example, maybe to change our method to solve or to done the task. For example, maybe if we think that our task is too many, and we can change our method to do the task. For example, like maybe we just avoid, for example, like talking with the other partners, or maybe we just start to do it and stop overthinking. And for example, like we are just do the action without thinking about that. And sometimes people think that there are a lot of tasks, but in fact that they just postpone all of the tasks like that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Celine. Is there anyone else who would like to answer number 1 or number 2 or even number 3?
Hello, maybe I will try number 2.
Okay, please.
So, so first of all, stress contribute to decrease organizational performance because this decreases employee overall performance, like high error rate and poor quality of work, high staff turnover, and absences due to the health problems such as anxiety, emotional disorder, and others. And according to the Yerkes-Dodson law, performance increase with psychological or mental arousal or stress, but only up to a point. So when the level of stress become too high, the performance will decrease. Okay, only that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Stephen. And the first question, who would like to answer question number 1? What are the types and the examples of organizational change?
May I try to answer number 1?
Okay, please, Robbie.
So, as you have stated in your PowerPoint before, types or forces to change, there are 5. The first one is workforce diversity. The example are sex, race, or ethnicity, cultural differences, LGBTQ, age or generation. And then the second one is the economy. For example, the recession, government policy, rising health care costs. And then the third is technology. The example is mobile devices, social media, internet security, and robotics. And then the fourth one is globalization. For example, are the multinational corporations, political instability, fair trade, sustainability, outsourcing, and emerging markets. And then the last one is competition. The examples are global competition, mergers and acquisitions, and then customer standards and time to market. I think that's my answer. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Robbie. Is there anyone who would like to answer the question again?
I think no, Felpris. I think we can proceed to the question and answer.
Okay, we'll move to Q&A session. So is there any questions, guys?
So we will accept 3 questions only. So yeah, want to ask?
Can I ask your group?
Hello.
Hello, may
Yeah,
I ask?
okay.
Who first?
Celine, I think.
Okay, Celine first.
Okay, so I would like to ask your groups based on two kinds of the stress, which one is the most common occur in the workplace? Thank you.
Okay, we will discuss it. So the second question from siapa ya tadi? Amel ya, I think.
Yes.
Oh ya, Amel.
So I want to ask the questions. Organizational must have their own uniqueness, especially in leading and management section. What impact will arise if the new management replaces a culture or management system in the company? There will also cases where the company is getting worse because of change leadership or management. What do you think the impact of changing or replaces culture of management? Thank you.
Okay, the next question, Felicia.
Okay, so I would like to ask, how do we know it is the best to do organizational change that our organization will be able to pass this stress phase? Thank you for the opportunity.
Sorry, Felis, can you repeat?
Yes, okay. So my question is, how do we know that it is the best to do organizational change that our organization will be able to pass this stress phase? Thank you for the opportunity.
Okay, you're welcome.
Okay, Felpris and I will discuss it first.
Okay.
Hello, Celine.
Hello.
Hello, Penny.
Okay, so I will try to answer your questions about what kinds of stress that are usually occur in a workplace. So, in our group opinion, we think that both of these challenge related and hindrance, they both often occur in the organization. For example, like challenge related stress. As we know, it is a stress that will give a good impact. For example, like if a person is being moved to another division, for example, you are being put in a marketing division, and then suddenly your boss decided to move you to the production division. So you'll become stressed, you'll get stressed, and the way you overcome it is by joining the seminar, the workshop, and stuff like that to overcome your stress. And then for the hindrance related stress, it is the stress that occur when you feel that you cannot do it. It is the case where you feel when you feel unmotivated to do it, so you decided to quit. And in most cases, we think that both of this are equally happened in organizations, because for example, like if one organization there are many people that choose to quit, it means that the organization itself, they have a lot of hindrance related stress. But if the organization they don't have the worker that tends to quit, it means that the workers experience the challenge related stress. That's like that.
Okay, thank you, Penny, Christine, for the
Okay,
answer. Thank
you're
you.
welcome. And next, I will try to answer Amelia's question. Hello, Amel.
Hello.
Okay, so you asked about what impact will arise if the new management replaces a culture, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, so we know that if a management, for example, like if there's a manager replace a culture, there must be something wrong with the running with the operation of the company itself. For example, like in strategic management, we learn that there are several reasons for changing a culture. For example, like from the external factors and internal factors. So if the external factors are apa sih namanya? Are affecting the organization, or their internal factors are influencing the organization, and it causes them feel that it's hard to achieve their objectives, and then a culture or a regulations of an organization is allowed and is suggested to change, because it is one of the way in order to achieve the goals. And then if you ask what will happen, of course there are a lot of things that will happen. For example, like the employees or the workers, they have to adapt themselves to the new cultures or the new regulations in the workplaces. But as what we have presented before, that there are a lot of ways to handle that, which is by involving the employees in the discussion of the change. For example, like if a manager, he or she decides to change the culture or the regulation of a company, the manager has to, do a forum discussion with their employees so that they will know the next regulations that will be adapted by the organization. And then if a manager doing such thing, it will reduce their shock to the new culture. You know what I mean? Like if manager wants to change the culture, there must be a meeting, like a discussion first with their employees, because a manager cannot directly implement the new one like that. You understand?
Yes, Penny, thank you for the answer.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to answer Feli's question. She asked that, how do we know it is the best to do organizational change that our organization will be able to pass this trust phase? So I'll try to answer it by saying that every organization has their own constraint or difficulties that make the changing process becomes turbulence, not as smooth as it was. So it says that the management of the change is muchly high and required, so that the obstacles which is become the challenges of the change itself can be solved. So the challenges are the uncooperative employees, and then ineffective communications, bad anticipation of the cultural change, the unclear situation statement, and the complexity of the organization itself. Understanding these difficulties and challenges could also lead to a sneak peek of the solution, so that the top level management, could fix any concerns on several important factors. Like the first one is understanding and knowing what is the needs of the change itself. Why is there needs? Because sometimes a company thinks that there is a chance to a greater success, a greater good, if they change it right away. And the second one is communication. Even though the top level management already initiate that we're going to make certain changes within the company related to the structure or related to the system, we have to communicate how is the workflow to the employees, so that we will reduce the misunderstanding while running the change itself, and then support the changes needed. In order for us to be able asking somebody, in this case the employee, to change, we have to support them, not pushing them. Means that we believe that that person could change step by step, one day at a time. In the end, they will cope with the changes that the management really wants, and act as a role model so that they could provide the zone of stability, that not taking sides of one another, but continuing supporting the employees and the whole management so that they could cope with the changes itself. Are you set? Do you get what I mean?
Yes, thank you for a great answer.
Okay, thank you for the question. So that's the end of our presentation and Q&A session. Thank you, everyone, and thank you, sir, for the time. Thank you for your attention, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, how do we return host? Yeah.
Stop your share, please. Stop share, please.
Stop sharing first. Okay.
You must stop share first. Okay, and turn those to me.
I don't know how to return, sir. Do you know how?
My picture. You can put my video. My picture. You can like this. With this and say return. Look at my like this. You look at me. Look at me.
Yes, sir. And then?
On the right hand, on the right.
On the right, huh?
You see the point dots here, and then click like this.
The point dots of view, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Wait, sir, I will leave first, sir. Later, I will rejoin first. I don't really get it, how to return this. Wait a minute, sir.
It's simple. So you can point you can point me. Click my picture, my video. You can click my video, and then you see this one. Why should this late? The host still not on me. Bismillah.
I think the host is already yours, sir.
Yeah. Not yet. Not yet.
Okay, sir, I'm back. Thank you, sir.
But the host is not. You haven't returned the host to me.
Already, sir.
Yeah. So when I leave, the host will return me. If I leave, but no, you leave, so that. So you
So what do I do then, sir?
you click my you look at me. Speak
Yes, sir.
Okay. And on the right and on the right edge, on the right, not the
on the right.
Okay. Do you see the dot line, the dots, the dots?
Yes, sir.
Okay, please click the dots, and make host, change host.
Wait. Why I don't understand to make it. Sorry, sir. I'm not really experienced in using Zoom.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. The host is already, sir.
Not yet.
Really?
Wait a moment. Not yet. Not a moment. Okay. Yes,
sir. The host is
already, sir. Already, sir.
Yeah, it has been returned to me. Okay. Thank you very much. So all of you have watched Fanny and Iskila presenting the topic of leading the stress and leading the change, and stress management. I want to ask you the first. So what is the connection between leading the change, and stress management? What is the connection? So this title has two topics, right? This chapter 15 has two topics actually. The first, leading to change, and then stress management. Why Why must these two topics stand together? Why must these two topics stand together? Leading the change and stress management.
In our opinion, after me and Fanny
Yeah.
read about the chapter, we
Yeah.
think that by the time we want to conduct a change, there is a stress when people reject the change itself because they are afraid to hard to adapt to the new situation, new ways like that, sir. That's why stress management is very important.
Yeah, maybe that
The better result of the change.
does change cause the stress or stress or does stress cause the change? Any other opinion maybe? Do you agree with Priscilla? Do you agree with Priscilla? Yeah,
So I think change
because of the change, the change exists, the stress exists, right? So if the people at workplace reject the change, so stress will come. And what do you have an opinion maybe? Do you like change? Ask you, do you like change?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Sure? 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 Are you sure that you like change?
50-50, sir.
We want to change, sir.
Huh?
We want to change, sir, to be better.
It depends on the change.
When do you like change? When? And when don't you like change?
I like the change when it gives a positive impacts, but I don't really like the change when the changes give like negative impacts, sir.
The other? Okay, good. The other?
Same though, sir.
Okay.
Change for the better, sir.
So you are having lecture at Untan, yeah? So do you like change when Untan makes change?
Oh, it's depends, sir. It's change in ourselves or it's change from the situation or maybe the rules. It depends.
Yeah. So it's the most difficult question, yeah. If someone asks you, do you like change? You will not have no comments, right? It depends, yeah.
Yes, sir. It depends, sir.
So as a manager, how do you make change not rejected by your people? As a manager, how do you make the change not rejected by your people at workplace?
May I, sir? Okay, so as manager, if you want to make a change, I see this change is like a rules in the company. So if you want to make a change in the rules in the company, so we have to think about the positivity from the rules itself for our employees, of course, and also for our company. So we have to think about the benefit, actually, the benefit for the employee and also company.
So I posted 3 videos, yeah, on WhatsApp group. Okay, you can read the first question. What are the sources of the resistance to change? I think Penny has explained. Yeah, Penny explained to you the resistance to change. And what are the sources of resistance to change? Please, active. Want to answer this question?
May I try, sir?
Please, yeah.
Okay, so just now Fanny and Felicia have presented to us the reasons why people keep resisting on change. So the first one is personal reasons, include habit, security, and then economic and fear of the unknown. And then the second one is organizational reasons for the resistance, which are structural inertia, group inertia, threats to expertise, and threats to establish power relationships. Thank you, sir.
I have a statement. Yeah, I have a statement. So all the workers are afraid of the change. Do you agree with my statement? All of the workers are afraid of the change. Do you agree with my statement?
No, sir.
No. Why? No,
They
right.
like the change if there is a benefit for them. For example, increase in payment or salary, sir. That's also a change, but they like it.
Yeah, if the salary is good, yeah.
No doubt.
But the workers don't know. If the company tells the change and communicate the change, no problem. So that sometimes the company makes change without telling, without communicating it to the people. So it will make the people afraid of the change. So that I'm also afraid of the change if I'm not communicated by my superior. So that yeah, what happened? So if there is a new rule, there is a new regulation made by the government, right? I'm afraid. What happens? Next, right? Because the
Yes.
government never socialize or never communicate with the people, with the police in Indonesia about the change. An example like this, in next year, so that the salary of the public servant will change. Yeah, the salary, yeah, the incentive given by the government to the civil servant will change in 2021, but we don't know what kind of change will be made by the government. So we are afraid of the change. So if the change is positive, it's okay, but if the change is negative, it's not okay. So right. So, but if the government tell us the true change, it's okay for mine. But the change is not clear next year. Yeah, how to write, how to calculate the salary for the PNS, public servant. Yeah, will change next year, 2021. All of the employee the public servant will be changed. Yeah, especially in the salary. Yeah, and all of us are waiting for the change. So that, but we hope for the positive change, right? Not the negative change. Right? Yeah, like the pandemic COVID-19. So that pandemic COVID-19 has made all the people in Indonesia change. Correct? The lecturers must change. Yeah, the government must change. Correct? So the lecturers must be able to use technology in teaching. Must
And
be
it's
able to
less
use
stress.
Google Meet in teaching. Correct? Yeah. The lecturers who don't know technology must study technology because of COVID-19. This is a kind of change. Correct? It's a positive change. Correct? Positive change. Yeah, not negative change. All the people know technology. Correct? Use Zoom for webinar, etc. Okay. Yeah. So some people like change and some don't. Correct? It depends. Yeah. Is change important in your life? Ma'ruf, is change important in your life, Ma'ruf?
Yes, it's important, sir.
Why is it important?
To make a better life
Better
for
life.
me,
Yeah.
because
How to
when I realized that my habit, my routinity, my activities doesn't make me happy, so I have to change my routinity so I can be happier. For example, like now in this pandemic COVID-19, I'm about lost 5 kilogram in my body, so I have to change my routinity, my habit. I think I have to gain much more food for my weight so I can gain another 5 kilograms or about 10 kilograms. So the change is important because when you are skinny, you're not gonna be a good looking man, so it's hard to you to get a girlfriend.
Okay. How about
Yes, sir.
Julian? Julian. Hello, Julian. Are you in? And about Mayang? Mayang,
Yes, sir.
how do you lead your change in your life?
What, sir?
How do you lead your change in your life? How do you
How
lead?
do you live?
Yeah, how do you lead your change in your life?
Mm,
We answer that on the top. Yeah? How do you lead your change in your life?
okay. How do you?
lead your
I'm
change?
sorry, the voice is berdengung. Maybe Farah can mute his laptop. I think turn low the volume.
Farah.
How do you lead your change? The title of the topic is leading the change, right? How do you lead your change in your life? No, you are still you are alive now, and how do you lead your change in your life?
Okay, because change means progress. When we feel so our development is slow going and are still miles away from our career goals, take a look back to how far we come in the past year alone. You are likely to have a progress, even if um, the changes are only small. You are sure to have a progress in many more ways than you have realized. If you don't like a road ahead, then making a change could lead to a promotion, a happier lifestyle, or even a sense of fulfillment. Your goal should always be to progress and enact changes such as training and learning to the base to be the best version of ourselves.
Okay,
That's my opinion,
example
sir.
that you have changed. Mayang, give me
Yes, sir.
the examples that you have changed.
Oh, one of my change.
Yeah.
Okay, during the COVID-19, um, my mother's always asked me um, to make my time more effective, like wake up in the morning. After that, so sweeping the floor. After that, helping my mom to take care of her tanaman and many more. After that, apa ya? I learned some of books about how to be effective during the pandemic. Yes, like that, sir. That's some of my changes during the pandemic.
Do the changes lead the changes lead you to stress?
Actually, in the beginning, yes, sir.
Very stress.
In the beginning, yeah, in the beginning, I need to do the changes. Want to adapt with the changes, and but in the beginning, I get stressed a little bit. But after the COVID-19 with a long time around 8 until 9 months, so it gave me many insights. So I learned many from this COVID-19, sir.
Okay. Another opinion, maybe, please. Want to share your opinion, please? Want to talk in English here, please? Who want to practice English? No?
I think Stephen want to try.
Yeah? Can you hear my voice?
Yes, sir. We can hear it clearly.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir.
Robi Chandra. Why are you silent, Robi Chandra?
Robi, why are you so silent?
Robi, where are you?
In the class, you're so active, but here, I don't think so.
This is the
Yeah,
class.
that's right.
In the real class.
Oh, the real class.
Robi, where's Robi?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sorry, I'm taking my charger.
Good reason.
Good reason.
Lai.
Okay, so I posted 2 videos. What can you get from the 2 videos? Okay, I posted 2 videos. What can you get from the 2 videos? One is chain and one is stress. What can you get from the videos? Hello, Robi.
So about the change, yes, sir.
Yeah, chain. How do you lead chain in your life?
Sorry, sir.
How do you lead?
I mean,
how do you lead your chain in your life?
So I lead the change in my life, like in this COVID pandemic. In this pandemic, I always still wake up in the morning like my young, and then my mom always asks me to be diligent in the morning, like maybe help her to clean the house, like sweeping the floor and others. Padahal like usually if we are having the class or in offline face to face, I seldom really seldom help my mom.
Oh yeah. Okay, give me does the change lead your stress to stress? Does the change lead to stress?
A little.
So when the COVID-19 comes at first, what is in your mind?
What is in my mind? Yeah, in my mind, I will be more diligent because I will always be with my mom, and my mom must ask me to be more diligent and more diligent, like help her to clean the house and others.
Yeah, it is a positive stress, yeah.
Yeah, positive.
Okay, good. Okay, the other, please, the other. How about Rido?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, how
I lead myself
yeah,
in my life.
how do you lead your change?
Especially I managing myself well and high willpower such as motivation. That aims to improve myself.
Yeah.
Like do some activities and try to learn more new technology. Like sometimes my mother asks me to help her to the how I teach her this application like Zoom, like that. Help my
So
parents.
do the changes lead you to stress?
Yes, sometimes.
Why?
Yeah.
How do you
It depends on situation.
how do you overcome the stress?
Stress. Forget it. Just do activities that make me happy.
Can everyone here escape from stress?
Of course.
Yes, sir. I think so.
Yeah, Albert, can everyone here escape? Can everyone escape from stress? In our
I think so, sir.
Yeah.
I think so.
I think we may not
Yes.
escape, sir.
Can you escape from stress?
Escape.
Escape.
Yeah, maybe sometimes you will get stressed, but you can out from the stressor.
How can you be out of the stress?
Yeah, do the things that you like, meet with someone who you love, and with meeting with your friends.
That's right. That's
Right? Yeah, that's right. Right. Eating food, a lot of food.
I do
Watch
agree with you.
movie.
Eat many food.
Do the things that you like. Do the stuff that you like, sir.
Watch movie.
Do you need stress in your life?
Sorry, sir.
Do you need stress in your life?
Need?
Yes, of course.
Do I need? I think so. Yeah, stress. Maybe stress can teach us
No.
to
We
be a
have
better
to
person.
choose do we need or not. So we could choose not to be stressed, but sometimes situation is not the way as we expected. So we have to accept it and face it like a man.
Whoa.
Yes, sir. We have
Baru.
don't escape.
Wow. Awesome.
Mantap, Ma'ruf.
Agreed. No doubt.
Okay. So the last, I need your opinion. I need your answer. All of you must answer as the closing comment. So of the student must answer the point question. What have you got from studying OB? Because this is last meeting, yeah. From chapter 1 to 15 for one semester, and then explain your answer and what kind of final exam question do you choose for your final exam, or essay or video. I still ask you, essay or video, and then give the reason to your choice and what is your impression as long as you used to study OB in this semester. How can you apply the theories of OB in your life and at work, please, when you have got the job. Please, Prof. Felicia. Prof. Felicia, please.
Okay, first of all, thank you so much, Sir Adi, for all this time as our lecturer of organizational behavior. And I'm sorry if I did have mistake all this time. I also would like to say thank you for all the groups that have presented the materials for us. All of them were really good presentations. I really enjoyed all the online classes. It gave me such a good experience. I have learned much new and interesting organizational behavior knowledge, which is about the aspects. The study of organizational behavior gives me insight on how people or employees behave and perform in the workplace or anywhere. So it will help me if I become a manager in the future to develop an understanding of the aspects that can motivate people or employees, increase their performance, and help organizations establish a strong and trusting relationship with people or employees. I hope we all can pass the final exam very well. And I chose questions answered by means of YouTube because we can explain everything verbally, which I prefer the most, and we can share our knowledge to as many people as possible, as YouTube video can be seen by everyone. Thank you. Always stay healthy and have a good day, everyone.
Okay, thank you. Sekali lagi ya, please.
Yes, sir. First, I want to say thank you for the presented material, very clear and good. And I want to say thank you for Sir Adi for tutoring me. And I got a lot of knowledge from what has been presented, and I can also better now understand how to manage any conflict by resolving them properly and very well. And thank you, sir.
Welcome. And the question for final exam?
I think video, sir.
Reason why?
Because menyenangkan sih.
Enjoying ya, enjoying.
Yeah.
Mewah, please, mewah.
Thank you, sir, for lecture. And I'm happy while studying OB in this semester and grateful. Grateful because I enjoy every OB class meeting. I got a lot of lessons and it also benefit me because as we feel, many of us who have worked already have experienced a diverse work environment. Learning organizational behavior teach me and all of us to be better individuals in interacting in organizations and everywhere else because this is very basics, know ourselves better.
In the final exam?
I choose SI, sir.
Okay. Why?
Because I don't very clever to speak.
I will make two type of question for essay and for video. Yeah, so if you want to video,
Dan mau coba juga sering esai karena kan dari
ya,
yang
oke ya essay ya. Itu main. Kepala Rumika.
First of all, I want to say thank you to Brady for teaching us this semester, and thank you to all the presenters who can deliver the presentation very well. And I think I will choose video.
Not clear. Speak loudly.
I think I will choose video.
Video, okay. Short explanation ya. Okay. Video ya. Video ya. Video.
Yes.
Ridho, please, Ridho.
Okay, so thank you, sir, for everything, and friends all. So I got from the material beginning to the end was very useful for me. So I increasingly learned about the behavior, how to manage attitudes, behavior, overcome, and delve into obey, where it's very useful for the future. So thank you, sir, for the teachings. And exam that I want to choose is video YouTube, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Lanjoris. Okay, Lanjoris.
Okay, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Okay, thank you. Wait, sir. Okay, about Thank you for your lecture in this semester. So happy to follow your class, and I have the benefit from organizational behavior, especially for me. Maybe for we behave in our organization and everywhere we work, maybe sometime, and then for the kind of the final exam question, I choose video, and then that's all about my comment, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Christine.
Hello, sir. First of all, I would like to say thank you for the class. And I would like to say thank you also for all of the presenters. And what I got from the first meeting until now is that there are a lot of things to learn about organizations. And this lecture gives us like a view on how do we behave, such as such as like the personality, the emotions and mood, and then the relationship of attitudes and job satisfaction, and how do we become like a good leader, and then politics, and how do we put our motivation into applications, and organizational culture, and a lot of things such as and a lot of things such as change and stress management. And I think we need to, and I think that the chapters are very beneficial for us because it tells us on how do we behave and how do we put our attitude while working in the future. And it also gives us like some tips on how to be like a good leader and manager as well. And for the final exam, I will if the questions are the same, I will choose SI, but if the questions are different, I will choose video, sir.
Why?
Because I think sometimes SI questions are harder, sir. Apa, sir?
They say the question will be given on the date of the exam, correct?
So the questions will be the same or different?
Different.
Oh, okay. I will just
the deadline, sir?
The only 2 hours. 2 hours.
Kalau differ, saya pilih video juga, sir.
Wow, why?
Makasih, sir.
Different.
Lol, Mehua.
I will give the question according to the schedule, so that when will you have examination on the 10th? What time? Yeah, at the time, and you must collect.
Sir, so the essay, sorry to cut, sir. So if essay only 2 hours, sir.
2 hours, yes.
Oh, I see.
Video,
Okay, sir.
you can know the question today, so that. Understand?
Yeah, betul, sir. Correct.
Yeah, you can choose essay or video. Never mind.
I choose YouTube, sir. Video, sir.
I choose YouTube too, sir.
And when was change decision? Yeah, it's called change. Change will lead the stress to stress. Okay, very well. YouTube ya. Okay. Mulai dia.
Thank you, Sir Adi and friends, for all of the lectures and presentation of all this time. And for me, all of the chapters, presentation, and lectures of OB really give me more benefit and knowledge about OB. I think the study of organizational behavior give insight on how employees behave and performs in the workplace. It helps us develop an understanding of the aspect that can motivate employees, increase their performance, and help organization establish a strong and trusting relationship with their employees, such as give motivation, good performance, and see the office characteristics. And I think I'll choose video records for final exam, because we also choose this for the midterm, and I think it's more flexible and fun.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Stephen Putra.
Okay, so first of all, thanks to Mr. Adi and all of my friends who have presented the material very, very well. and I got a lot of things, and maybe not all of them I will remember, but I learned a lot of things from all of you. Like if in the future I work in a company, I can overcome how well to adapt with the company, and how ways to communicate with the company, way to cooperate with the other employee. And not only that, I can also learn that change is not always a good and bad thing for the life. What we have to do is just accept and implement the changes as best that we can. And I will choose the essay test too, because there are some difficulties I face when making video. For example, my laptop is not strong enough to edit the video. Okay, thank you.
You can use my laptop.
Okay. Lumayan. Okay, Celine Claudia.
Okay, hello, can you hear my voice?
Yes, Celine, but kind of putus-putus.
Okay, so I would like to say thank you. Hello?
Hello? Yeah, please.
Hello?
Hello, I can hear you, please.
Okay, so I would like to say thank you for all of the presenter today. Thank you for all of your presentation and all of my friends from the past month, and also that I learned a lot of things from the presentation. Is that the first about the leadership, and then about the leading the stress, and then about the personal fit and other things and the things that I can get in the future. If I, as a manager, I can know and I can learn about how to manage people in an organization which has a lot of differentiation with one another, because everyone has its own characteristic and also problem. And I the impression that I learned from this class, I really enjoy this class because I can directly ask my friend about the material that I don't really know about the presentation, for example. And for the final exam, I will choose a video on YouTube because it makes me to get more experience about how to become a public speaker, a good public speaker, and also I can share a lot of things to other people on YouTube without limitation. Thank you.
Okay, Mayang.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I want to say thank you to Mr. Adi that always help us to deal with our material, and always share about something beneficial in YouTube, so we can watch and increase our knowledge that related to human resource management. Related to organizational behavior. And then sorry if I do a lot of mistake when I presenting something, or something that you guys don't like it. And it's such a new experience for me to learn online. And I get so many new knowledge, many beneficial about like how to be a good leader, and then how to lead our employee and keep their spirit up, always keep their mood always high, and then how to be care to our attitude in our workplace, and then how to deal with the conflict that that come up in our workplace later, and many more. And then for the examination, I will choose the YouTube video because with it's a good way, it's a new thing, and can practice my public speaking. Thank you.
Amelia, welcome. Amelia.
Okay, first of all, thanks for the class today. The study of organizational behavior gives insight on how employees behave and perform in the workplace. It helps us to develop an understanding of the aspect that can motivate employee. increase their performance, and help organizations establish a strong and trusting relationship with their employee and with their employee. Since it our last day in our last day in this class, I thank with Sir Adi and my friends very much because they provide a lot of material and uh, that can give us more knowledge about it. And for the final exam, I will choose video, sir, because many people choose video, so I follow it, sir. Thank you.
Mary siap Priscilla.
Hello, everyone. So first of all, I would like to say thank you to Sir and every one of us here to have paid very good attention to our presentation, Fanny and mine, and the people who answered and asked our questions like Celine, Stephen, Robbie, Dinda, Felice, and Amel. I will private chat to all of you, and we will receive a special present. And then what I've got after learning this OB class is that at first I thought it will be very boring because it's a lesson about human resource, but we have to study it online. But it turns out after presentations, after games, every quiz, I enjoy the class very well. And in the end, I've learned that we have to have a good attitude because attitude is above all in terms of the workplace, in terms of the organizations, and so on. And then the thing is that the way we see things, like my first perception is that I thought that OB class is not fun, but in the end, the perception changed. We may not judge things just from the cover, but we have to see and been through in it so that we can understand better on what's in it. I'm very impressed with the class on Zoom right now, and I would very much like to choose the fun exam as a video because yeah, it's very fun actually. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
And thank you, everyone.
Eric Chandra.
Hey, good afternoon, sir, and all my friends. First of all, I would like to say thank you to sir as a lecturer of OB in this semester. And then the benefit that I can get from your lecture is about I really know about the organizational behavior itself, especially about the explanation. And if I work in the company and I will implement it based on the material that all of my friends have been already delivered. And also, not only in this class, but in the HRM class before, we also get the benefit like make a video. I think it is a really, really good because unconsciously we can more confidence when we speak in the video, and also we make a video in the YouTube. And maybe someday if one of us, maybe like Eric Parulian, maybe want to be a YouTuber, you have a potential skill like this. Yeah, you can speak, you can speak in front of camera, more confidence, and then you really know about the basic. You have it, and then you can edit the video. And it is really, really benefit to me, and then I think it is really benefit also to all of my friends here. And then about the final exam, first I think I really want to essay because yeah, I want to find a new way. But when I consider, maybe I prefer to use a video on YouTube because it is really good when we want to explain, and then we can also improve more our confidence in the YouTube. That's all. Thank you.
I thought you don't want to be a YouTuber. That's why you choose essay.
Oh, no. Just want to improve my confidence.
I see.
Good choices.
Karina Putri.
Ya, kamu Farah.
No?
The YouTuber is speaking.
Farah.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Sir Adi and friends.
Yeah.
Go, Farah, go.
Okay, good afternoon, Sir Adi and friends. Thank you for this one semester and thank you for all the presenter that have delivered their material very well during this one semester. What I got from studying organizational behavior is I just know that this area of study examines human behavior in a work environment and determines its impact on
Ada yang lucu.
Why are you laughing?
on sorry sir
Apa main?
uh, on job structure, performance, communication, motivation, leadership, knowledge, and etc. It is, and I just know that it is systematic study and application of knowledge about how individuals and group act within the organization where they work. And then for examination, I personally prefer for using YouTube than essay, sir.
Misal?
Yeah, thank you.
Erik Manulian.
So good
Semangat,
afternoon,
Rick.
Sir Adi and everyone. Thank you, Sir Adi, for the subject
Afternoon.
that. Thank you
YouTuber.
for subject that you give to us. So I really got so many benefit from the subject in the early, such as the new knowledge that I can implement the organization in the organization when I join the some organizations, and then I'm also learn about the how to handle myself to positioning myself in the organization to adapt into different situation, and maybe some the other another many benefit also. So what I expect now is I can implement this all knowledge that I get from the subject in my life or in our organization. And then the last is I choose the final exam with video because I think it will be more flexible for me to do the exam. So thank you, sir. See you in the next video.
YouTuber.
Not because you want to be a YouTuber, ah?
Yes,
He is a YouTuber.
YouTuber, sir.
He's a
Already
YouTuber already.
the YouTuber.
Nggak siap.
Giovanni.
So thank you for today's lecture. And about the first meeting, there were many games related to the organizational behavior that related to the department that we selected. Then we were divided into a group for presentation about 15 different materials related to organizational behavior, which are motivation, building relationships, leadership, etc. And there were also a study case that can train us to think in real terms what to do, and also question and answer session on the each presentation. So I chose YouTube. I chose YouTube video for final exam because I feel like my speaking become more fluently and increase my video editing skills. Thank you, sir.
Robi Jaya. Robi Jaya, please, Robi.
So hello everyone. So hello everyone. Good afternoon. So thank you for today and for this one semester, Sarati and my friends. And thank you for the presenters who have presented today. And what I've got from this semester, from the chapter 1 to chapter 15, I get to know about what is organizational behavior, and then also the personality and first environment fits, and then emotions and moods and others. And then I think it's really important for me, and I think for all of us, especially when we are working in the organization or in the company, we can implement these materials and this subject to our job. And then also I decided to choose the video recording on YouTube for the final exam because I think I have terbiasa with the video recording, and it also helps in practice and improving our speaking skills. And then also it helps us in the self-confidence in speaking in front of camera. And then I think that's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Julian.
Okay, so first of all, I would like to thank Mr. Adi and friends for this interesting class, and thank you for all of the presenters who presented the materials for all of us. From our OB class that started from the chapter 1 to chapter 15, I think I learned a lot about and deeper about the understanding and the logic about organizational behavior. Because of this class, I get understanding about the principles that should be applied primarily to the operations of a business to become more effective. And I think for the final exam, I choose to do video records because it is more fun and creative. Thank you.
Okay, Dela, Kumara.
Okay, I would like to say massive thank you for Mr. Adi for teaching us in this semester, and also thank you to all the presenters since the first meeting until now. In this entire semester, I learned a lot about valuable things that are related to OB, such as how to motivate employee, managing conflict in workplace, and also about culture diversity. It helps me a lot to understand the OB materials. And for the exam video, for the exam I choose video because by making videos, I feel like it helps me to improve my pronunciation and also help me to boost my self-confidence. Thank you.
Okay. Linda.
First of all, I would like to say to Saradi and my friends for this class for the whole semester, especially for my friends who presented all this chapter from 1 until 15. And what I learned about organizational behavior is that about human behavior in a work environments and about its impact on job structure, performance, communication, motivation, crisis, and leadership. It also tell me about behaviors, how employees respond to various action, decisions, and influence how employees behave, and how humans interact with the organizations and how these organizations behave itself. For the final exam, I choose videos because I think it's more creative and I've starting to get accustomed to videos for examination. Thank you.
Marok.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for everything that you give to us, Sir Adi. You're such a good lecturer, and thank you for the opportunity that you give to us. That you can you hear my voice, sir?
Yes, I hear voice. Yeah.
Thank you for the opportunity to letting us present about the material of the books, and thank you also for the book that you give to us about the organizational behavior. So from that, I know that the behavior of organizations can affect the company performance. So the company who have a great reputation must be have a great behavior also. So and maaf bentar. And also I learn about the understanding individuals in organizations, about the personality, about the emotions, attitudes, and perceptions and decisions making. Before we make a decision, we have to consider about the employees and also about the influencing and motivating employees. And I learn about how to be a good leader, and how to motivate the employees, and how to influence them to work the best, and building relationship with the managers, with the others, and also respect the other culture, and respect the diversity and cross cultural. And also the last one is about the leader as change agents. We know that change something sometimes makes stress, but if we do change with a good reason and have a good benefit, change is not make us stress. So you asked me about the videos or essays, so it's such a ya sulit ya untuk memutuskan whether to choose video or essay, because yeah, I know that from the last lessons Penny give to us is about the change. So change is can create stress, but if the change is good, the stress is not come out. But if the change is bad, so the stress come out. So I think stick with the video, sir.
YouTuber bang.
Okay. Kedapi.
Hello, good afternoon, sir and friends. Thank you very much for one semester for OB class, and thank you for all of the presenter who delivered a really good material, and that's all of the material giving me the benefit and also the knowledge about the all the things, all matters on observe organizational behavior things or class, and I will choose YouTube as a usual because it makes me more creative to making a video. Thank you.
Stephanie. Okay. No. Dita Larasati, please. Dita Larasati.
Oh, sorry, sir. I forgot to unmute.
Stephanie, please.
Mic. So I want to say thank you to Sir and friends that presented such a benefit materials for us and that we can implement it to our future. And for the examination, I think I will choose YouTube because I think it will improve our public speaking. Thank you.
Dita Larasati.
Okay, the study of organizational behavior this semester give us insight on how employees behave and perform in the workplace. It also help us to develop an understanding of the aspect that can motivate employees, increase their performance, and help organizations establish a strong and trusting relationship with the employees. And also I will to implement it when I got a job, such as give a motivations to my employees, give a good or best performance, and looking for and see the office characteristic for from and communicate well with people, and also manage hiring, training, and assessment process to get the best performance. And for final exam, I choose to make video because I like to improve my pronunciation. Thank you.
Jordan.
Okay. First of all, I would like to say thank you for Mr. Adi for the opportunity that we can learn so much about the organizational behavior, from what is organizational behavior until leading change and stress management. It is important for us because we know that the teamwork is very important for the success. But we have to have also like motivation for them, and then we have to appreciate the different that present in the company. It is the key of success every company, I think. But the bigger part of this, it is I think it is like attitude. Same like Felicia said, that attitude is very important because it is kind of like motivation. But if I mean that it is like positive attitude, because if we have negative attitude, it can make the company will be down. But we can apply it also in the every single day in our life, not only in the company, how we treat the other people, how we appreciate the different that present in our life. And then the final exam, I will choose YouTube, because if the YouTube we can learn how to speak or to pronunciation also. Thank you, sir.
Ardani Putri.
Thank you to Mr. Adi. As a lecturer in the OPT course, the study of organizational behavior gives insight
on how employees behave and perform in the workplace. It helps us develop an understanding of the aspect that can motivate employees, increase their performance, and help organizational establish a strong and trusting relationship with their employees. I choose video record for final exam, sir.
Okay. Bella Safira.
Okay, good afternoon, Sir Adi and friend. I want to say thank you so much for Mr. Adi for this one semester, and thank you so much for my friend for the material you have already delivered well. And what I got from this class is we know that why understanding organizational behavior matter, because we know business leader can first use their under.
Wow. Your voice disappearing. Halo?
What's wrong, sir? Nggak tahu. Udah keluar.
Yeah, okay. Please, carry on,
Wait,
carry on.
sir. Okay, so we know that business leader can first use their understanding of organizational behavior to evaluate their own attitudes and behavior, as well as company's values, strategies, and goals. Moreover, they can then use the understanding to identify employees who exhibit leadership and other key behavior. For the final exam, I choose video, sir, because I think there is good way and different way to do final exam. Thank you, sir.
Lisa. Lisa.
I would like to say thank you for Sir Adi and all the presenters for the lecture of OB in this one semester. I really enjoyed the class and all the material because I think I learned quite a lot about human behavior or psychology in this subject, which is very important, especially when we are in an organization, because all these things might affect our job performance. And for the exam, actually both is okay for me, but I think I will choose a video record now because it can help me to talk more and practice my pronunciation in speaking. Thank you, sir.
Megawati.
Okay, I'd like to say thank you for Mr. Adi and all of my friends. And then what I got from studying organizational behavior is a study of how organizational behavior and provides insight into how employees and managers behave and work in the workplace, and how about aspect of improving performance to achieve organizational goals. And then my impression while study OB in this semester is that I enjoy this class, and then I got a lot of lesson about OB that were delivered by Mr. Adi and my friends. And for the final exam, I choose a video. Thank you.
Well, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I would like to say thank you to Mr. Adi that teach us for this one semester, and also thank you to all of my friends that present their material very well. The benefit that I got is from the chapter 1, what is organization, about the understanding individuals in organization, and the chance of leading change and stress management. And also for the final exam, I will choose video, sir.
Okay. Dwi Francisca. Dwi Francisca. Egi.
Thank you, Sir Adi, for the one semester. And what I got from the OB is how to manage your employee and also the importance of mood and emotion in your company and in yourself. And for the final exam, I choose video, sir. Thank you.
Diana Deta Bawarni, the last.
First of all, I'd like to say thank you to Sir Adi for this semester, and I'm sorry if there are words or action that not good from me. And also, I would like to thank you to all my friends who has explained each chapter well. Everyone is doing very well, and I have got a lot. I have a lot of knowledge, and regarding the test, I prefer videos on YouTube. So good luck to all of you in this exam, and do your best. Thank you.
Okay. So it is time for me to say goodbye to the student of OB, especially for marketing and finance. But for the student of human management, you will still meet me once more, maybe in the performance management subject, maybe, yeah. So I thank you very much for your attention, yeah, during my teachings, yeah, and your attendance. So I hope that so what I have taught you can benefit you in your life or at workplace when you have got a job, so right? Yeah. So on this occasion, let us forgive one another. So if I have mistakes, so forgive me, and I have also forgiven you if you have mistakes to me, okay? And I hope that you can answer my question. So for Stephen who choose essay, so you must WhatsApp me privately. So before the exam comes, yeah, because the question must be different from YouTube question. So when the student choose YouTube, so you can open Edmodo. Say no. After this, you can go to Edmodo and look at the question, and you can answer now. Yeah, you can answer. If you have finished, this means that you have decrease your burden. So that you can directly do the examination. So that, and on the exam date, you only fill the absentee on the absentee list. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much for your coming. See you later. And when I'm on the way, you with me, say hello. Yeah, yeah, say hello. I always pray, yeah, to God that all of you must be successful. And when I meet you someday, you must be a manager maybe, or you must be a very important person. Okay. See you later.
Thank you, sir.
Yes,
Bye.
sir. Stay
Thank
healthy,
you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Thank you,
Thank you very much,
sir.
sir.
Hope we can get
Uh,
LA, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Stay
sir.
healthy. See you.
Thank you, sir. See ya.
I must leave the room first. Okay.
Dah, sir.